Thank you. Welcome, everyone. We'll call our meeting to order of the St. Helens Public Library Board and welcome any visitors. And Suzanne, please help guide me. I still don't have the swing, the hang of things.
Do we have any visitors, Dan?
No.
Okay. All right, we're good to go then.
Okay. We'll start with the approval of minutes, which were distributed for everyone's review from last meeting, October 13th. Any questions?
I
Motion to approve.
I want to make one adjustment. I did send out a correction. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it stated that the holiday we were closed was Columbus Day, and I changed it to Veterans Day, but it turns out that the Columbus Day was what was stated. So I will make the correction on that to show both. That it will say Columbus Day, but then in brackets it'll say Veterans Day. It's a transcriber's error or whatever. That will be the only adjustment. So there you go.
Thank you.
So sorry, Jay, did you move?
Yeah, made a motion to approve the minutes as stated.
I second the motion.
Thank you. And then, do we have any, I'm sorry, no, it's only been a month. Do we have anyone who, do we say yay or nay?
Yay.
All
Okay,
yays.
all those
No
approved.
nays.
Yep.
Thank you. And so next old business, do we have a report from the Strategic Plan Committee?
I can give an update since Aaron's not here. I talked with one of the staff at the state library who consults with public libraries on strategic planning and checked with the subcommittee to see if it would be interesting to them to talk with her. So I'm going to spend some time meeting. I think it's next Monday actually. Have a quick conversation with her and just kind of feel out what she can offer and whether or not it might be a good fit for her to talk to the subcommittee. So Aaron and Jan will have some more to talk about at the next meeting, but I'll give them that information in the meantime.
Thank you. Do we have an update for the Makerspace fundraising subcommittee?
Yeah, short one. Since our last board meeting, I updated my membership on the Grant Watch website, which lists hundreds of thousands of foundational grants all the way across the United States, and you have to refine your search by geography and need, etc. I did a search online. The largest 40 charitable foundations in the Pacific Northwest are all in the state of Washington, which was a little bit of a surprise, and are very geography and non-applicable to our needs. So I did another search, and the largest group, it's a website portable hosting other foundational grants and their own, is the Oregon Community Foundation. They list other major granting organizations like Nike Corporate and the Gray family. The Gray family started Sunriver, Salishan Lodge, uh, Mount Hood Meadows, and the ski resort in Bend. I mean, but has a large $100 million foundation. The Oregon Community Foundation lists their priorities. All foundations and granting have specific areas they grant to. And the Oregon Community Foundation breaks theirs into subsets: community engagement, education, arts and culture, health and wellness, economic and community vitality, and homelessness. And you can see we could apply in any one of 4 areas, so it's very relevant to us. So I did they're done granting for 25, they're changing portals. I did a pre-application. The granting person got back to me, said, looks interesting, wait till our new portal comes up. Anyone that's written grants, it's a 3 to 9 month process to get through their portals, approval, and work through. But there's 20 granting areas in the Oregon Community Foundation that give anywhere from $3,000 to $50,000. And for capital improvements, staff hiring, and even budgets. So there's a lot of areas that are going to apply to Makerspace. Suzanne emailed me. We're probably going to start meeting every 2 weeks and start getting on this harder and faster, because it's, as I said, it's a little bit of a long drawn out process, but lots of opportunity for money to help us specifically in Makerspace and any other projects that come up, especially in light of the city's budget woes and or the federal government and their issues, or the state government. Any monies, maybe Suzanne can speak to it, that we could or expect to get from other sources is probably not coming. So I think grants is probably our best avenue for applying. There are no major corporations with foundations out in Columbia County for me to go knock on their door. So unless somebody knows of somebody.
I talked to somebody at the Friends too, just to add to what Jay said, because they have a 501c3 designation, they can receive grants that the city doesn't apply, to which the city doesn't apply, because we're a governmental agency. So they are willing to collaborate with us and do some, if not fundraising, at least help us with the grant proposals, and perhaps we can get some awards to them that they can then pass along to the library for whatever purpose.
That's critical, because Suzanne hit the nail on the head. Probably 50%, 40 to 50% of granting agencies grant to 501c3s. And as much as I'd like to think the library is one, it isn't. So that's a big move.
Thank you. That's an exciting update. Lots of work. Thank you. Let's see. We'll go on to new business. There's one item which is next calendar year's meeting date schedule, which was attached to the agenda for everyone's review. And I wanted to ask if we should, as a board, decide if we are going to cancel December's meeting, which would be December 9th, and possibly either July or August, since most board members seem to be out of town and unavailable then.
I don't currently have any scheduling conflicts for either of those.
I did take a look at, just to follow up a little bit, I took a look at the 2026 calendar year, and there are no conflicts with our board, with our meetings, with any, federal holidays or any other holidays that the county or the city might be celebrating.
I have no issue on any of the scheduling.
I'm clear as well.
No, I don't have any as well. Not at this time.
fine for me too.
So in that case, we are good to go. December 9th. No other changes, right? To the schedule.
Would the board, the city council is going to vote on this resolution, which includes the dates at their next meeting, which is next week. So if there are any, if the board would like to make a decision about any any meetings that you choose not to meet any of those next month, or excuse me, next year, it'd be good to make that decision now.
Sounds like we're good with our meeting schedule, and then if anything comes up as those dates get closer, we can cancel then.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Pass that on to
Thank you.
city council.
Thank you. Okay, so up next we have the library director's report.
Thank you, Chair. I just have lots to share, so I will throw out some tidbits here and there and holler if you would like to ask any questions. We did receive our Oregon Heritage Grant from the state. It's $4,323, I think, which will allow us to have the University of Oregon digitize the St. Helens Chronicle. That was between 2015 and 2024. There is no digitized or microfilm record collection anywhere. So we'll be doing that. This will also, so we will have the digitized version. It will also reside in the History Oregon newspapers collection, which is housed at the University of Oregon in their archives. All of these items, of course, will be free online access. We have a lot of folks doing, family genealogy or the historians that use those materials. And we have a lot of people that come into the library frequently to come and peruse those, looking for family and other kinds of historical materials. This will also enhance our local history special collection. We do have the print versions, which we house in the special collection, but we'll then also have the digital collection as well. We're partnering with the Museum Association. They own some of these. They have some of these print copies that we do not have, a couple of editions here and there. They also have folks that come into the library, or excuse me, into the museum frequently doing that kind of research. So we'll be able to share those records. And then the Friends is also helping support partnering with us with the outreach that we're going to do. So there's 3 pieces to the grant. One is the digitizing the materials. Brenda is going to hand carry those down to University of Oregon, for safety, but also that gives her an opportunity to spend some time with the archives down there. Just see what might be, what dig into some of those collections, talk to the archivists, learn some more things about what kinds of materials are relevant to the folks that she has, our collection and the kinds of requests that we get. So she'll have 2 opportunities to do that. And then the third piece is outreach. We're going to do some training for how to use not just this collection, but how to use digitized and microfilm newspapers, navigating the History Oregon newspapers collection, and then some, I think, local hands-on. We're not quite sure how that's going to look with the Museum Association to do some outreach for the general public. Hey, these are the kinds of historical materials that are available in the county, and here's how you access them. So super excited about that. Just a little recap of events. We had our Tom Myers birding guy event on Saturday. We had a great group of people. It was focused on 6 to 14, but I think we had 35 people, and half of them were adults that weren't there with kiddos, and everybody just had a really wonderful time. He was really fascinating. You could have heard a pin drop the whole time, and he spoke for almost 50 minutes. And then they did a drawing exercise as well. So he has this wonderful book. We're just about to put it in our collection. If you have kiddos that are interested in birding, or you would like them to be interested in birding, or yourself, it's a great resource. He did some Q&A with the kiddos, and we discovered some birding, some burgeoning birders. There was a couple of kids there that I think probably knew the Latin names for some of those birds. They were very knowledgeable. We had a dad and his daughter come with their binoculars. They were very excited about being there. And he did a handout for everybody to take home and practice drawing. So absolute success. Really lovely person. I'm hoping we can encourage him or convince him to come back another time and do some more programs with kiddos.
My husband and daughter went to the event, and
Oh,
they
did
were not
they?
the ones with their binoculars, but they very much enjoyed it. They said it was a really great program.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, he's lovely. He was lovely. He teaches third and fourth grade, so he has a really wonderful connection with, I think, I don't know if your husband thought this, but I thought he was as connected with adults as he was with the kiddos.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan,
Just a quick question. Can you mention how many people attended?
36.
Okay, thank you.
We had a wonderful volunteer from the Friends, and my sister, who's also an avid birder, came from Hood River to help out as well. So we had a nice crew there helping. The first annual Domestic Violence Awareness Month March kicked off from the library, and then they came back after their march, and they had some tables with information, just a really nice celebration. They had music. We were really happy to be able to provide that space. It was the first time, I think, that we have used the space right outside the courtyard. So they used the courtyard as well, but we opened that big gate in the back there, and they spread out along the lawn there, and it worked really well. I'm really pleased about that. I think we'll be able to offer that to folks in the future as well. You may have heard that Trunk or Treat was canceled. So we didn't get to hand out our ghosty things, but we had 500 packs of things that volunteers and some kiddos from the rec center put together, with flyers about kid programs, and the Tom Myers event was in there. The rec center had items in there as well, flyers. We handed those out to kids here when they came in the library. City Hall took some to hand out. Rec department handed out 100, I think, and then the rest of them went to Richardson's for the trick-or-treating on the what do they call it? Trick-or-treat on the boulevard, which apparently was really well attended. We had a few people come into the library to take a little break from the rain that day, because it was raining, as you know. We also participated in the Kiwanis Children's Fair. We partnered with Dolly Parton, and that's the second time we've done that. It was really great opportunity. Jana said she was there for a couple hours. She said she talked to 200 people while she was there, mostly kiddos, of course, and handed out information, shared all the exciting things that are happening. She loves that. It really jazzes her up to spend time with folks like that. So especially kiddos. We co-hosted with the Elks their Warm Welcome program, which, as you may recall, is hats, mittens, and coats to kiddos from Head Start. They had 92 kids registered. They had about a third of them show up. Last year, it was more like 50%. We do a program in the library. The idea is to encourage them to come to the library, get a library card, participate in some kids stuff. So we did a sort of rolling program for the kiddos. I read in the children's room, and we sang songs and talked about the library. And in the meantime, they were in the hallway handing out the coats and stuff and things. They're going to try to expand their reach this next year. They're looking for some other opportunities for places to present and to do the program, because they just felt like, it sounded like the families needed some other opportunities besides just the one day. It was 10 to 12. So if you have any ideas, I'd be happy to share those, unless you're already, connected with the Elks and you want to help them with that. But they also mentioned, the woman that I talked with, Annette, mentioned that they have some other funding opportunities. So Jay, I don't think I've mentioned this to you yet, but they have some funding for kids' education that might be able to be a good match with what we're doing with our kiddo stuff. So it's been a busy week or a busy month for programs. Library assistant position, as you know, Karina's last day. Well, you don't know. Karina left us. Her last day was Halloween. So we had a nice send off at our staff meeting. She's in Spain, I think, right now. She's been texting photos from her trip, and she's having a great time. We had 82 applicants for this position. I think that really reflects what's happening in the
Wow.
country right now, in the with the economy. It's about triple what we had just a year ago when Karina applied. We have of those folks 7 people with library experience. 3 of them have masters in library science. A couple of them from out of state, excuse me. We have 4 military, either active or vets, and so we'll be interviewing them as well. So we have a really nice slate of candidates. We'll be doing the first interviews on Thursday and Friday this week, and then second interviews next Tuesday. Our committee for interviews is Michelle, who's one of our library assistants, me, and then Nancy Tarnay, who's the current president of the Friends organization. The second interviews, we'll do pretty straight up standard interviews, the first round. The second one, they will actually come into the library. We'll have a cart for them to put in Dewey Decimal order. That'll give all the other library staff, and particularly library assistants, and they're the ones that work so closely. They'll be giving a tour. They'll be helping with the, walking them through the Dewey Decimal piece. So everybody will have a chance to just, have a little bit of time with each one of these people. And then the committee will make a decision, but we'll certainly be consulting with the rest of the staff and getting their feedback before we make our decisions about who to move forward. So the hope is that we'll have made a decision by the end of next week, and then there'll be an offer, of course, and then background check. That has taken in the past a couple of weeks to 3 weeks for the background check piece. So we're hoping that because it's close to the holidays, maybe there'll be a slowdown in people applying and being chosen for positions. So that might move a little more quickly. But we have an amazing slate of candidates. As I said, 82 people, everything from people that are starting out, with retail experience to, as I said, people with master's degrees, and a couple of people who are retiring and ready to move on from a long career. We did inaugurate our Library Weekly email newsletter. I hope you've all gotten them and had a chance to take a look. We'd love your feedback. But the intention is, as you see from the newsletter, here's what's coming up in the next week. Here's a little feature about something interesting that's happening, an event, or we're going to do a rolling feature of staff picks and interesting, new items in the collection. We're going to do a little bit of behind the scenes things. So that feature will just kind of roll depending on what the season is and what else we have going on. But we've gotten great feedback. Right now, we just have people that have opted in through surveys that we've done over the last couple of years after they finished a program or have asked for that information when they come to the desk. So now we're really encouraging folks to participate. We have QR codes at the front desk and a flyer, and it's been in the city newsletter, and it will be on our social. I think it already has been and will continue to be. So if you know folks there that you think would like to or would like to opt in, we won't be using any broad brush strokes. It'll just be people who have opted in, who'd like to participate. And you can give me that information, or they can use the QR code, or they can use the city newsletter. They can they can get online on the website and do it. So lots of opportunities for us to spread the word. So we are participating in the 250th, the semi-sesquicentennial, for those of you who would like to know what the word is, of the U.S. Declaration of Independence next year. I joined Counselor Sundin and folks from various service organizations for a kind of get together and talk about sort of first steps. Folks telling each other, you know, sharing with the group what's already planned. The VFW post has a plan already. Elks has got something in the works. Kiwanis has been talking about either changing the focus of or having an additional children's parade next year. There's some talk about other events on July 4th. We will be participating by doing some special programming in the spring and in the fall. And then we're going to use our summer library challenge. Some of those will feature the 250th anniversary. The theme next year is Plant a Seed. And Brenda had this great idea, Plant a Seed for Democracy. So we might use that as our kind of local theme for putting together programs. Not quite sure how that's going to look yet. We'll be working on that in the next little bit here. But we will be part of that community celebration. My next quarterly report to council is December 3rd. So I'll be compiling that information in the next couple of weeks. And that is a lot of stats and some anecdotal things, but mostly it's how many people have been in the library, how many items have you circulated, how many programs have you done, all that kind of thing. It goes to the city council in a packet. I'm there to answer any questions they might have. Each department is doing these quarterly. We're all doing quarterly reports, and they kind of cycle through. They've been very, you know, the council's very supportive of the library, and this was a request of Mayor Massey, and I feel like it's been really helpful, if not, you know, for us to be able to share that information, and also for them to have a succinct picture of what we've been up to for the last quarter. The city council, speaking of them, will be voting next week on a resolution to have annual instead of semi-annual joint meetings with the library board and with the commissions. They all seemed amenable to that. There was a first reading last week, and so they'll vote on it this week in the regular session. If you have strong feelings about that, you're welcome to share those either with me or with the city council members. I think it'll make it, the council is eager to do that, so that they have a good sense of what this, what the commissions and the board are up to, but don't feel the need for the semi-annual report that we have been doing, or the annual report from the board that we had done in the past, to city council formal report. So federal and state funding not looking very good right now. If the federal government does not open by November 30th, which now seems like it's probably will open, they are going to have to lay off all of the library services staff at the state library, because they will not have the funds. They've petitioned or requested that funds be released during the shutdown, and the administration has declined. So everybody's, you know, cross your fingers that that the government's able to open before the 30th. And again, you know, we'll be waiting on the continuing resolution to see what happens to the IMLS funding. It is still, of course, fully funded in both the House and the Senate bills. Now they'll be in reconciliation, and the president's budget essentially zeroes out IMLS. So there'll be, we all imagine there'll be some negotiating there. And we're hopeful that that IMLS will survive, at least in part. State funding, as you all know, state funds are tight, particularly because of some of the federal funding that's changed. The state funds our Ready to Read program, and they will fund it this year and next year. The state librarian has been asked to provide a new spreadsheet with possible 2.5 and 5% reductions in those budgets. They are committed to only making a 2.5% reduction in this coming year, so 2006 Ready to Read program. which would mean we'd have about $1,200 instead of $1,300, I think is what it works out to be. So not a huge problem for us, but obviously every $100 makes a difference. The ready to read funds we use to purchase the free books that we give away. We use it to purchase prizes. The Friends supports our programming. And we use it for some supplies for programs. So that those ready to read funds are really essential to us being able to, provide a really robust program in the summer. And then the 5% the following year will drop us down below this year if that's what happens. Excuse me, below next year, below 2006. But that sounds, the way the state librarian explained it, those are requests from the legislature or from the governor to be presented to the legislature, and there is no specific, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But the state is looking for ways to cut back on the general fund, and this is definitely one of those ways that they have been considering. Let's see. I think I had one other thing I wanted to share. Oh, just the there are two other grant possibilities through the state library. One is accessibility in the library, and we've been talking about how we need ADA paddles on the doors on the at the south entrance. I'm not sure that the funds are up to $5,000. We might be able to do some of that with that money. It's a really broad range of possibilities for funding. So everything from adding materials to the collection. We've talked about doing some for kids with dyslexia or adults with dyslexia, because there is a particular kind of type, face, and book presentation that is particularly helpful to folks that are working, that are dealing with that. There's support for computer learners, and that's another thing we get so many requests for, particularly seniors who are needing help with kind of getting to know the computer, with how to use email. We probably have, I don't know if we probably have 5 or 6 people a day that are asking for help with those kinds of early learning, if you will, functions. So those are the 3 things that are on our list right now that we're considering. And then there is some funds from the state for 250th anniversary programming as well. So we're obviously thinking about that as we're thinking about the kind of programs that we're going to be able to offer next year. Holidays, we will be closed Thursday through Saturday for Thanksgiving. A little gift to the staff, especially for this last really challenging year. And then I will definitely be gone on the 20th and 21st to watch my daughter's thesis defense. So very excited about that. I'll just be gone for a couple of days. Brenda will be in charge as always when I'm gone, and I will be checking email and work, and text as well. So if you need something from me, please don't hesitate. It may be a moment before I get back to you.
Mm.
And I just wanted to share one last really cute thing that we got in we have a suggestion box or comments box, and we got this a couple of weeks ago. Can you see it? Can you see? I love you guys so much.
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. We don't know who the anonymous writer was, but yeah, I just thought you might warm your heart. It's so great to see those things, especially
Awesome.
That's very sweet.
Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm all done now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Best of luck to your daughter, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's see. Counselor's report. Do we have anyone here representing? No one here from council. So we'll go on to other business. If anyone has anything else they would like to bring up at this time.
I have something from the Friends of the Library, and there is a correction now. Nancy Cotkins is our new president.
Oh,
as
My
of
apologies.
August. Yeah, we had a reorg.
Oh, you're right. I got my Nancy's mixed up. My apologies.
She's doing really well too, and so is our secretary. And I'm really impressed, and it's going really good. We have 9 members now, and we've got a new brochure. And I don't know if it's in your office yet or not. The front office. Okay,
It is, yeah, but it's at the front desk.
that's great. Our next meeting, the last meeting was October 22nd, and our next meeting is December 3rd because we decided to make it in between both of the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's our next meeting. And it looks like we did approve that membership pamphlet, as I said. And there were some repairs needed for the little library behind the courthouse, and that's going to be updated really quick. And other than that, things seem to be going really well. Yeah. So
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you. Let's see. Next on the agenda, summarize action plans. So we have continued work with grants and
I'm
hiring-
sorry, Fatima, could I interrupt? Ellen and Jana
Of
want to
course.
share a little bit about the local authors program.
Yeah, just at a high level, we're in the throes of planning things. It's very exciting. So remember last time we talked about the partnership that the Columbia County Authors has with the library for the festival in 2026. So as part of that, we're going to do 3 workshops targeted at writers. We're going to do some write-ins. We're obviously going to have the anthology celebration and a local author book sale. And also as part of that, Jana is running February. I don't know if you want to explain a bit about that. It's an exciting writing challenge.
So for years, the library has supported National Novel Writing Month. Every November, all of us word nerds go crazy to write 50,000 words in a month. That program, through some unfortunate circumstances and terrible mismanagement, is no longer happening. So last year we tested February. So that is kind of the same thing. Set your own goal, write like crazy. We have a kickoff event and a closing event. And so we're kind of dovetailing in with the celebration about the anthology. Like Ellen said, we're still kind of in the early planning, but February will be a dedicated writing month. We had 10 that showed up to Writers Guild the other day, the most we've had since we came back after pandemic. And also, if it's possible to get Writers Guild mentioned in the library newsletter, that would be great.
Yeah.
Got it.
Kelsey's father-in-law was at Writers Guild. It was great to chat with him there.
That's right. He was very excited and enjoyed hearing everybody's stories. He was like, I didn't know I was supposed to bring my story, but I loved hearing everybody else's. So he was kind of telling us a little summary of each year's. But he's very excited for the author event.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a fun event. Once everything is all hammered out and completely organized, it will be a relief.
Yeah. We're really grateful to the library to partner with us. You know how we've always talked to the board about the library being the living room of the community? Well, this festival is really that. It's where readers and authors and writers are all going to get together and connect. So thank you, Suzanne, to you. And
we're thrilled to be co-hosting it. Just a little on the library side of things. So as you know, we're developing this, what we're now calling the Columbia County Authors Special Collection. We're going to house it where the magazines are right now. So it's front and center when people come into the library there and are at the desk and come around the desk there. It will be, I think, well, we're estimating, I'm not sure how many, but 40 or more titles probably. We are just today opening invitations for people to submit their materials. We are going to have them donated. We just don't have the funds to purchase them. We're inviting people to donate 1 item a year. And those are folks that either work in Columbia County, live in Columbia County, or are members of either the Scappoose Writers Group or the St. Helens Writers Guild. Nicole will be cataloging them just like any other item. Almost all will be available for checkout. Our criteria are much different than they are for our regular collection. So for example, if your binding is Staples or comb binding, we will accept those items. They do not have to be published by a big publishing house. If you self-publish, that's just great. There are some requirements about it being your own work, and we will not accept anything that's AI generated, which is that's becoming more of an issue. Anyway, there are, I think, about 7 criteria. Their website is live. Our website is live now, so you can, if you go to the library website, you'll click on the banner there at the top, and it'll take you to a page that gives an overview of the collection and how we're partnering with the writers group, FAQs, and then there is a form for people to use to submit their work for consideration. So we're moving forward, and I have to say that Ellen in particular has been really helping us drive this. It's just, we wouldn't be able to move this fast, or I think be as effective if it hadn't been for Ellen and Ellen's hard work and good direction.
Oh, thank you. It's me and Jana, Mike, and Sharon. There's 4 of us behind the scenes. Thank you.
Thank you all for that update. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second the motion.
Thank you. And any
Aye.
nays? We're good. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening, everyone.
Thanks, you too.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was great.
Thank you.
You nailed it.
Yeah, thank you. It's still recording. Anything else that you needed from me, or we're good?
No, ma'am, we're all set.